What is up, you guys? So today's video is going to be a little different, no vlogging, nothing like that. I am going to be comparing the Sony A6000 to the Canon T5I. Now, I believe these both came out in 2014. I've been using this camera since October of last year, and then I just bought this one a few weeks ago. Haven't used it too much, I've messed around with it, have learned about it. Haven't done too much more, so I have a lot more experience with this one. But yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick comparison video for you guys. Freaking exhausted today, so sorry if I'm a little all over the place, but let's get into this. So the first thing you're gonna notice is the freaking size comparison here. Okay, look at that. We got the A6000. It's a mirrorless camera, so basically DSLRs. The image, it bounces off of mirrors, that's what I've been told, and that's why they gotta make them so bulky. Which, I mean, if you take off the lens, you can buy prime lenses, which are smaller, have the lens on it, it's not too bad. Still, very big and very heavy, like not super heavy to the point where it hurts, but like, you know, when I got this and you got your microphone on it, you got your tripod on it, you know, your arm is dead after a little while, like filming yourself. But when it comes to the A6000, you can literally put this thing in your pocket if you need to, and it still has detachable lenses, which is why this is one of my favorite cameras of all time, because like literally you can do whatever you need with it, and it's all just sensors. Woo. And so yeah, this camera is like, it's like a point and shoot, but it's got detachable lenses, and I know a lot of like professional people that use A6000s or A6300s or A6500s, which are the better versions of this one. I just wasn't ready to go all out for that much. So anyways, if you guys are wondering, the camera I am using now is an iPhone. It's an iPhone 7 Plus, and it's shooting at 4K at 30 frames. So by comparison to these, the iPhone absolutely wins, but can't really change lenses. I know you can put those little lenses on the iPhone, that's about it. Its audio is alright, and when you're filming with a camera, like with a camera phone, you know, when you're filming with your iPhone, you don't feel serious about it. You know, if it's Snapchat, you mess around, whatever. If it's YouTube, or if it's, you know, something more like a project, when you're using just a camera phone, you're not into it, you know, it's not, you don't take it serious. When you got like, you know, a big DSLR in your face, right, and you're staring that thing down, you're gonna feel serious, like making a video. As dumb as that sounds, you guys, it's true. Like, I never started videos with my phone because I didn't feel like serious about it. But when I'm using one of these, and you walk around, people like can tell it's a real camera. They don't think you're just doing Snapchat or something. So people like respect it more when you have like a big camera. I mean, I got people that would notice when I had my camera with its mic on it. People would talk about this a lot to me. They'd always be like, "Oh man, you know, that's a fancy setup, this and that." And I'm like, it's really not that much. I got this camera at a pawn shop. My girlfriend got this for me as a present, and you know, the microphone's really great. It's an amazing microphone, and yeah, like it's worth money, I guess. But I'm like, it's still like, you know, people are like, "Whoa, he's so serious about this." And to me, I'm like, really? Like, you think this T5I is freaking... Alright, you guys, so you guys have probably seen, like, already heard about these cameras. I mean, they are older, but I wanted to just kind of talk to you guys about if you're starting out, you know, what you would need, if it's DSLR or a smaller point shoot. So obviously, if you're doing, you know, videos where you have your camera planted, you know, on a tripod, and you're not just moving around, shaking it, filming vlogs, I would say the DSLRs always win. I mean, I feel like I like the way they look. They got lots of lenses. I mean, they both have a ton of lenses, but Canon's been around for a really long time, and especially with DSLRs, it's probably easier to find ones where they fit the sensor, because they all have different attachments. And this one, I don't remember what the name is, but these types of lenses, there's, you know, different ones. Different models have different lenses. But Canon, most of them are generic. And I know that Sony, you can buy an attachment to screw on, you know, pretty much any lens, but that is one extra thing that you'd have to buy and put on it. So then, you know, it'd have this little big plastic piece right in the middle there. Probably the two biggest things, what I would say this camera beats it, is it's got the screen that folds out. I mean, that is like, literally, that is like almost essential for making videos, right? You need to see what you're filming. But this Sony just, I don't know what they were thinking. They only have it tilts up like that, right? And then it tilts down. So if you're shooting above yourself, you can see it. If you're shooting, down on the ground, you can still see what you're filming, which is great. But you can't see yourself at all. At first I really hated that. But after, using it for vlogs, I'm like, it kind of helps me just like make the video and not focus on myself. Because, when you're filming yourself, I was always messing with my hair. I was always, I don't know, focused on myself in the video. And using that, I just talk and I film the video and then it turns out decent, because I don't worry about that. I don't see it. The other big thing, you guys, is that there is hardly any attachments for the Sony A6000. You can put this Rode mic on. They got endless mics. This thing has railing on top, mainly for just a flash, external flash. I think you might be able to buy a microphone for this camera, but I'm not sure if Sony really intended it. I don't know if there is possibility going on there now. I know that the models after this, the A3000 and the A6500, they accept microphones, and they got a lot more opportunity for that stuff. But as far as these two cameras go, a couple-year-old cameras, this one beats it too, because I can plug in this mic and it does wonders. Audio is one of the most important things, you guys. So definitely, if you're looking at them, I would say this one wins for that. All right, so I know it's kind of a quick video, but I'm just gonna sell this camera soon probably, because I don't really need it anymore, and I wanted to just make this video, before I sold it. So the last question for you guys, obviously, is gonna be like, which one's better? Like, which one shoots better videos? Outside of all that, which one is the better camera overall? And it really depends, I guess. I would say if you're doing photography, this one probably would win, because I don't know. DSLRs, that's what they're for essentially. They replace the film camera, and it's just that's something I take serious. I don't see myself out taking serious photos like this with the kit lens. These are both just with the kit lens right here. Now obviously you can buy way better lenses, and a lot of photographers use these. But for me personally, I would say, bigger DSLR. That's just what I've grown up around, and this is the camera that, I don't know, seems more better for photos. But for video, I would definitely recommend the Sony over the Canon, because the Canon, if you're, like I said, if you're using a tripod, it would be okay, but when you're holding it, filming, it's heavy, and it only films at 1080p for 30 frames, which is, most movies are filmed at 30 frames, so it's not too crazy. But the problem with 30 frames when you're vlogging is that I just feel like it looks kind of choppy, especially with this camera. It doesn't look as good as you want it to. Like, it still looks good, but it's not perfect. And especially the autofocus on this camera is not very good. I want to say there's only like 11 autofocus points or something like that, whereas this one's got like way more. I want to say it's like 20 or 30. I can't remember, but it's a lot more. And so when you're filming, that one just autofocuses and corrects it immediately. Whereas this guy, it's just constantly trying to figure out the best spot, especially when you're holding out in front of you. So I always filmed with autofocus off and just tried to, look at myself through this and set the focus right here, and it's just like, it's hard. It's a lot of work, and a lot of shots are just slightly out of focus. And this one does 60 frames at 720p. So 720p, that's like the very base level of HD. And when you do it, some of my older videos, you probably could see it. They're just kind of grainy, and they don't look good, especially in low light. They look like older videos. They do not look crisp and clear like, most cameras are today. And so that was one of the biggest problems I had is, when you shoot at 60 frames, it's just, you need 1080p now, especially 2017, and that one does not have it. So overall, guys, Sony wins. I definitely, but probably next time I upgrade, I'll probably go back to a DSLR. Just depends on when that is. I like having a small camera, and this, I think it's good to have two. Have a big series one, which is where I'm gonna try to get, one of the bigger DSLRs once I, have more reason, I guess, and then have a smaller camera for like doing vlogs and everything. But remember, you guys, by all means, you got a camera, you got an iPhone, you can make videos with that. You don't need to save up, a couple $100 to buy one of these. You can just use your camera, or do like I did, go to a pawn shop, okay? The lens, and it came with a tripod, it came with a bunch of random things. And so, you know, you just gotta keep your eyes open like that, you guys. And I did use a credit card when I bought it because I wanted to start making videos, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna bite the bullet. And it's been one of the most fun things I've done so far. So yeah, you guys, definitely, if you want one, just check Craigslist, do whatever you can to find, you know, your first one. It doesn't need to be, you know, you don't need to save up $2,000 and go all out. You can just start with something small and then try to work your way up. So anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video somewhat. I will see you guys in a couple of days. And yeah, you guys take care.